everybody, it's Kim Atkinson and welcome to this video series, this 3-part video series that I put together for you. I am so excited that you're here right now, and I've got 2 reasons why. First, I'm excited because of what I've put together for you in this 3-part mini series is really going to help you with the process of manifesting. I mean, we all know that you're manifesting every day. But if we don't have what it is that we want in our life right now, there's something we're doing or something's in our way that's not getting the flow to us. And I'm going to show you how to remove that. Secondly, you're here because you're finally listening to that inner voice in your heart. You're starting to awaken. You're starting to say, hey, I deserve more than this in life. There's more to life than just struggling or getting by. I've got this inner desire. I want more. I want to become that person I said I would be on this planet. See, you and me, we're divine spirits. We're having a physical experience. And you have started to awaken on your true purpose, or you wouldn't be here because you attracted this into your life. So I am so excited for that, and you're taking the time out of your life right now to watch this so that you can grow and expand into that person that you need to be in order for you to have whatever it is that you want. So that itself is exciting. So congratulations to you for that. So in this 3-part video series I put together for you, first I'm going to show you what the most common reason is for why you don't have what you want in your life right now. I'm actually going to show you how the energy block was put there and then how to remove it so that now that flow of energy can come to you like a river flows down around the rocks, and you're going to start to manifest more powerfully. Now, second, I'm going to show you my 3 manifesting tools that I use every day that will dramatically. Hi everybody, and welcome back to video number 2. This is Kim Atkinson here, and I am so excited that you're sitting there watching this video right now. It is so packed with such great information on how to really and dramatically increase your manifesting powers today that's what's got me so excited that you can do it now. So without further ado, I would love for you to shut off your phone or put it on vibrate. Just give yourself this time. It's not very long with me where we can go over what I want to help you with so that you can start to dramatically increase your power now. So when I talked to you in my last video, I shared that the first thing was I was going to show you the most common block or what's holding you back from creating the life that you desire in your life, like what you want, and then how to remove that so that you can start creating more of what you want instead of what you don't want. And then I was going to share my 3 manifesting tools that I use every day that will dramatically increase your manifesting power so that you will really start creating what you want and in a very short period of time. And lastly, I want to show you and put you through a little exercise that's going to show you and cause more belief in you that you are manifesting every day. And then I'm going to give you a little exercise after the video is finished to like a game to apply in your life to start proving to you even more how great you are at doing what you're doing. So this is so exciting. I can't wait. So let's dive right in. Let's start first. Number 1. What is the most common thing that's holding us back from creating the life that you want? Here it is, our limiting beliefs. Yes, I know a lot of us know that we have limiting beliefs, and some of us don't know that we do. Either way, the best way to figure out what's holding us back is by looking at our reality or our circumstances. That's pretty simple, but let me just get you to try this. Whatever you're experiencing every day, if it's something that you don't like or you would really like to improve, that's a limiting belief around that. And this really blocks the universal flow of energy to us with our manifesting power. Now, the energy is never stopped, ever, because we're manifesting every day. But we're mostly manifesting what we don't want instead of what we do want. And limiting beliefs are the culprit. So I want to share with you quickly, because limiting beliefs could be taught for like a full day, but the limiting beliefs that we all have, they're deeply rooted in our subconscious mind, okay? And they were put there when we were children. So whatever we were exposed around when we were very young, they've even proven now with science that even when we're in the womb, we're being exposed because we're exposed to thought energy. So we are around all this information giving us feedback by our parents, our teachers, experiences. And a lot of us probably heard things like money don't grow on trees, or, you're not good enough, or you can't do this. Only rich people can have money. There's all different things that we were exposed to as children. And let me tell you this, by the time we're 7 to 8, we're literally programmed little computers. And we grow up like this into our big bodies with the same program we had as children. So whatever beliefs, whether they're good or bad, they're deeply rooted in the subconscious mind. Now, a lot of the beliefs in our subconscious mind are great and they're serving us. But the ones that aren't are the ones we're dissatisfied with. And this is where with manifesting, we want what we want. But why isn't it here? It's because of these limiting beliefs. Now, I'm going to just share with you that let's just use one limiting belief is the money thing, okay? So we need to remove that belief and then put it into a new one in there. And this is how you're going to do it. So we've recognized now whatever the belief is that's holding us back. Now, let me tell you, there's going to be lots of them. We're only going to focus on one at a time, okay? So let's just say you have a limited belief around money, which most of us have in our past. And I don't know, we think that we can only earn, or I don't know, we're earning $25,000, $30,000 a year. Now, if you want to earn double that, you want to earn $60,000 a year, and you're only earning 30, then that tells us that we have a limiting belief around that money, around that number. So what we want to do is this. You're going to get a piece of paper, and you're going to write on one piece of paper the limiting belief. So let's say it's about money. So put $30,000 a year if that's your income. And then what I want you to do is go to the other piece of paper, and I want you to write your new belief. Okay, write new belief, and then you're going to write, let's say, $60,000. Let's say you'd love to double your income. Okay, now what you're going to do on that one piece of paper with your limiting belief, okay, you're going to write out things that you can remember as a child, or even now that you hear in your brain about what you feel about money. When you talk about money, when you say the word money, does it give you a weird cringe in your stomach? Do you kind of feel eerie about it, or a little bit wish-washy? Write down the limiting beliefs that you heard through your family or through your environment or on TV. So with money, we've already discussed money don't grow on trees. Money's hard to earn. You will never earn that much money. Only rich people do. You will be able to earn what your parents have earned. And these things go on and on. Just write them all down. Now, what I want you to do once you have that list done is on the other paper with the new belief, you want to write the opposite. And what I mean is this. If we wrote money doesn't grow on trees on the belief, on the old belief, on the new one, you're going to write money grows on trees and I have it in abundance. Okay? And then let's say the next limiting belief was money is hard to earn. Then on the other piece of paper, I want you to write money is easy to earn and it flows to me effortlessly. So basically what we're doing is we're doing the opposite of our old belief to our new belief, okay? Then when you've written them all out, what you're going to do, and be safe when I ask you to do this is symbolic for the brain. I want you to burn the old belief. Now, burn meaning throw it in a fire, or if you can be safe and light it and watch it burn into, into ash in a sink. If you can't do that, just shred it or rip it up. Either way, the symbolic is, this is no longer serving me or true. This is true. Your new belief page, okay? And when you've got that sitting in front of you, all I want you to do now is write this. I am so happy and grateful that I now earn $60,000 a year. A month would be nice, but we did say a year. And write that out at least 20 times every day for 30 days. Now, I know you're hearing your little voice in your head saying, oh my God, Kim, are you nuts? I have no time. Why would I write something out 30 times or 20 times for 30 days? Well, this is why. How we got our programmed limiting beliefs in our brain and our subconscious in the first place was through repetition. We heard something enough times that we finally just accepted it. Well, now what we're going to do is we're going to repeat what we want a certain amount of times until finally the subconscious mind accepts it. It won't take long. And when the subconscious mind accepts it, this is where the magic happens. This is where your power for manifesting takes off. And circumstances you call coincidences and all these opportunities start to come into alignment with your purpose, with what you want. And this is fun. And it's fun seeing all the evidence show up. So this is what I would like you to do. So that is for number one. That is for you to put into play, to remove that limiting belief and allow the source energy to flow to you in a more powerful way to increase your manifesting power. So let's go on to number two. Now, number two is my 3 tools that I use every day to really and dramatically increase my manifesting power. And it has worked for me over the years like absolutely crazy. I do it all the time, so I know it works. I've worked with clients. Now it's your turn. So this is what I'm going to share first. The very first tool that we need to use to manifest in our life is this. I need you to know what you want. And you're going to say, oh, wow, Kim, is that simple and that's it? We have been programmed to believe that we need to work hard for anything we reap. And that's not true. There's so many people that are working so hard out there and they're not reaping abundance. So that belief isn't true. So what I'm going to share with you, and this is what I've learned over the decade of me searching and learning about manifesting, is this. Everything I'm going to share with you is simple. It really is simple. But will you do it? That's what causes us to stay where we are, is we won't do the simple things. Our mind says, I don't need to do that. Well, guess what? For us to change and to become powerful manifestors, we need to change. I remember learning a quote from Albert Einstein, and I'm sure most of you have heard this. He says, we can't change our reality with the same mind that created it. So what that means is if our reality right now isn't what we want, we can't create a new reality with the same thinking and beliefs that we currently have. It won't work. So what we're doing is we're going to change our reality and ramp up our manifesting by changing what we're thinking, our beliefs in the subconscious. So let's get back to what I shared. You need to know what you want. And then why do you want it? We got to get you very, very clear. Now, I know when I've talked to a lot of my clients, when I ask them a simple question, what do you want? I've had them, burst into tears. I've had them, be so confused and frustrated because they're like, Kim, I don't know. I'm going to share with you, we all know, but we just don't take the time to figure out what it is because life's too busy. So what I want you to do is write down on a piece of paper everything that you want. Now, there could be a very big list or there could be a small list, but either way, write down everything that you want and just let your mind go. Now, I want to share this one thing. This must be a desire that you really want. And then I'm going to ask you another question after, but it can't be a hope. It can't be a wish. It can't be a someday. There's no energy back behind that, and your manifesting powers like this. So we have been hoping to win the lottery, wishing for this. No, it won't work. That energy we're sending out into the universe will not bring us back what we're desiring. Okay, so I'm going to get you out of that mindset as soon as possible. So what do you want? Write that down on that piece of paper or on a separate piece and put your list down. Now, once you have all that list there, now I want you to go in and pick 2. I want you to pick 2 of the ones in there that you want right now, that you really, really want. And when you write those two down, beside each one, I want you to write why you want it. I need to know why you want it. You need to know why you want it. It's got to be a burning desire. You want it. Why? Here's why. Okay, now we're ready to go on to the second tool. And this is so vital because if we don't know what we want and why, we can't go on to the second tool of powerfully manifesting. Now, the second tool is this. We need to feel what it's like to have what we want now. We need to feel what it's like to have what we want right now. Now, this can be a little challenging for some of us in the beginning, but I want to share with you this. You're going to do it. It's very simple. It just needs a bit of practice. Just like when we first got on our bikes when we were children, we needed to get on it and fall off and get on it until we finally got on it. This is the same thing. So be kind to yourselves and know that I know this works and I know and you can do this. So when I mean feel, I'm going to share an example quickly with you, and then you're going to need to do this. Now, we're going to go back and start using our imagination like we did as children. Now, Einstein did say another thing. He says imagination is more important and more powerful than knowledge. And this is incredibly true. Imagination has no limits. Okay? So you need to imagine, whether you have to close your eyes or not, it doesn't matter. You need to imagine, feel what it's like to have whatever it is that want is. Not to both of them, one of the wants. Okay? So I'm just going to throw an example out here just because it's one of mine from a long time ago. I wanted to know what it was like because I wanted this particular car. And so what I did was I went and test drove the car. I got in the car. I smelt the car. I knew what the look of the car I wanted and everything. And trust me, it was expensive. At the time, I didn't believe I could even have it. But I learned these lessons. I thought, no, I can do this. Manifesting works. So what I did was I got the feeling of what it's like to have what I'm desiring right now. So I could close my eyes or I'd keep my eyes open, but I got so good at it that I could feel myself driving the car, listening to the music in the car, feeling the breeze on my face when the windows were down, driving, because it's a stick shift, because I love that. I'm driving that. I can see myself on the highway, but here's the key. I've given you enough examples of whatever it is you want. You need to feel it. But this is the second step to the feeling that a lot of people don't share. And it's so important. You need to feel what it's like from where you're, like from what you want instead of looking at it. Now, I know that might not make sense. I'm going to do it again. We need to feel what it's like to be in the car and looking out our soul's eyes out from where we are. We can't see ourselves driving the car as if we're watching ourselves on a video. Does that make more sense? So you can't see in your brain or in your mind, in your imagination, you drive in the car and you're watching yourself. That won't work. You need to become it. You need to be it. You need to be the observer. What does it look like me driving that car? I literally was looking out the front dashboard on the highway, seeing the trees I'm passing on the road. I'm coming from what it's like to have what I want. I hope that's really clear for you guys. I wasn't like observing from the sidelines, watching me drive the car, because that won't work. I can't get into the feeling. That's like me just watching actors on a movie screen. I need to be that actor. You need to be in it. So I hope I stress that a lot. That is so important. I didn't know that for years, and it was stopping my manifesting, and I didn't understand until someone stepped in and said, "Are you doing it this way?" And I'm like, "No." And once I did, everything changed. So that's the key to the feeling part. Now, 3, here we go into the tool number 3, detachment. Huge. Now, detachment's hard, and it was hard for me because we like to control things. We like to know what the outcome's going to be because then we're safe. If I know that if I do this and that, that's going to happen, I'll do it. But if I don't know this, I don't know if I'm going to do it because I don't know what's going to happen. So what we need to do, and this is a really big one, is we need to detach from our goal, from our want. Detachment also has something called the how. we need to let go of how this will happen. So I'll go back to the example of myself when I wanted that vehicle that I wanted. When I saw myself and got in the car and was doing these tools, step 2, and I got into step 3, I had to believe through repetition that this is already mine. I'm in this car every day. I'm practicing this every day, and I'm writing it out every day in the present tense. I love my new car. I'm driving it and I'm doing this speed because I love it and it's fast and people are complimenting me on it. I mean, this is what you write until your brain and your subconscious gets it. Okay, so detachment means we got to let go of how did that car come into my life. Because I know that when I looked at my bank account, for example, there wasn't enough money to do what I wanted to do. And I have 2 little boys, so I had to really budget and know where was my money going. Like, I can't spend it, but I want this car. Manifesting works, Kim. Just do what you're told. Okay, so get this. I did. I just pictured myself and visualized and did what I'm extracting with you with these tools. The money was not in my bank account, but here's what happened. All these different synchronicities started to come in, and I got more coaching clients and more people were, asking, like talking about me and sending me more clients and referring to me. And out of nowhere, I had like 6 brand new clients that I didn't even have a day before. And I was able to put a down payment and get the car. So when I looked at my bank account, if I allowed that to stop me, I would never have what I had. But I just trusted in the process. And I just said, well, it's coming. Once I do this manifesting process, it's already on its way. I don't need to know how it's coming. That's not my job. My job was just the feeling and imagining it. That's our job. The universe is going to do all the hard work for you. Okay? And guess what? Things start to come together, all these synchronicities start to flow beautifully, and all of a sudden you got what your desire is. Bam. That's how it works. Detachment. Let go and let God, or let go and just let the universe bring to you what you want when you're ready. It's already coming. Okay? So that is so important. That's step 3. Now, step 3 to our tools. Now let's move on to the last one I wanted to share with you. And this is that exercise of proof. Because I know for a lot of you, because I read a lot of your feedback and all my clients tell me this, and I truly was there before too. We were brought up to believe that we don't believe anything until we see it. And unfortunately, that is backwards. We need to believe something first before it can manifest into our life and us see it. Okay? So what I want to show you is the belief and give you more proof that you are so powerful and that you have been doing this since the day you arrived on this planet. Okay? You are manifesting every day. You can't not manifest. You're co-creating with the universe, with the creator, with God every day. It will never stop until you leave this earth. So let's get the rules down so that now you can play the game and bring in what you want. So here's the game I'm going to give you. Now, here's the sample first. Think back of how many times, okay, you've thought of somebody. You thought of a friend or your father or your son or daughter or just something. And you heard from them right away in a phone call or a text, or somewhere soon after you had this thought, you heard from them in a letter. Or let me share this. Somebody that you know started talking to you about this person. This has happened in your life many, many, many times over your years. And what do we say? What a coincidence. I was just talking or thinking about them and they phoned me. There's no coincidences in the universe. There's no coincidence that we are where we are on this planet and that all the earth and the stars are where they are. It's divinely put there. You created that. And it happened fast. See, the least resistance we have to our goal, to our want, we get it quick. It's when we put our limiting beliefs around our goal or our want, and however strong they are, slows down our manifesting showing up. Doesn't mean we're not powerful and that we're not bringing it to us, but it slows it down a bit. It's coming, but it's just slowing it down. So when we can remove them, it revs them up and it comes quicker. So there's one example. Another example might be this. Have you ever talked to anybody and let's say you have a good friend and they say, hey, I just bought a new car. I bought this brand new blue Mercedes and it's gorgeous. And she or he brings it to your house, shows you the car, you sit in it. You might even go for a drive. It's now in your mind. You're thinking about it. It's kind of emotional because your friend has one. How often do you notice that you start to see blue Mercedes? You can go to the shopping mall, you can drive on the highway, you could be parked at your, on your street and all of a sudden one drives by, but all of a sudden you start to see blue Mercedes. Is that a coincidence? No. Remember, I always go back to what I said, Michael Beckworth from the movie The Secret, where energy flows, where attention goes. If our attention, as little as it may seem about a blue Mercedes car, our attention went there, universe brings us more of them. So you're manifesting every single day. This is what's so incredible. There's the proof in the pudding, but we blow it off like it's nothing. It's something. And now that you're getting more and more belief in that, you're going to be able to bring in more and more bigger and better things for yourself. Isn't that crazy? I'm so excited. Now, I got to hold it in. Listen, one exercise I want you to do when you're done with this video is the same thing I just shared with you. Do simple little things that are easy to accept right now. Start doing what I just shared. Start thinking about a friend's car or a friend that you haven't heard of in a while, or just anything that's simple that you want to see show up that's really no big deal. Like what they say in the movie The Secret, just manifest that you want someone to buy you a cup of coffee. It's only what, $1.30 or whatever it is wherever you live. Simple things. Detachment is key. Let it go. Don't look for it every day. Just know that it's happening. You're going to get that coffee or you're going to notice that car. And I promise you, it's going to show up fast. Okay? Just play the game. This is like a big fun game. And manifesting is fun because you've got the tools. Now create whatever you want. Okay? So I'm hoping that you're revved up. I'm hoping that you are getting so inspired and so excited, because if you can feel it from me, I almost feel like I'm in the room with you right now. I want this so badly for you. Go back and review this video as often as you need to. If anything seemed a bit confusing, go back again, because once we repeat something over and over and over again, it becomes easier, it becomes simpler, it becomes effortless. Manifesting on fire is going to become effortless for all of you. Okay? All your lives are going to change. So let's do this together. So this is coming to the close of video number 2. I hope it was so much impactful information for you. Start applying what I shared with you. Do these exercises. And just remember this, until we reprogram our brain and remove that belief that was there and put our new one in, the mind is going to give us a fight. It's going to give you some resistance. One of my mentors said to me, Kim, when you go to step outside of what is common to you, and you want to create more money, or you want to lose weight, or you want a soulmate and a new relationship, whatever it is, it's different than what you have now. The mind will try to keep you where you've been because you've told them that's where you want it to be. So when you hear those little voices in your head, when you're about to do something different, they're trying to keep you where you were. They're just trying to keep you safe. All I want you to do is think this. Is what I want to do adding value to my life? Is this going to bring me closer to my goal? And if the answer is yes, you do it. If you hear those little voices say to you, you can't do this, this doesn't work, you don't have time to do this right now, you've got kids that got to go to school and they got to get up for this, just say thank you for sharing and do it anyways. Remember what I said about Einstein. We can't change reality with the same brain or mind that created it. You need to change something for your reality to change. And these are simple. So I believe in you with all my heart, and I know that you can do this, or you wouldn't be here on this video series right now. You can do this. You're already doing it. So go ahead, start applying this, and then in our next video, my last video, I got another special gift for you, of course, and I'm also going to go over one more that I think is very impactful in driving home the belief how powerful we are as manifestors. And then I'm going to share with you some of the things that hold us back and how to get out of that. So that when you go to make those moves and step into your greatness and try new things, you're going to do it with courage and you're going to do it with no doubt. How's that? All right. Well, happy manifesting, everyone. And we'll see you soon on video number 3. Bye for now. Hi everybody, it's Kim again and welcome to video number 3. How are all of you doing? Did you do any of the exercises I shared in my last video, number 2? Did you do what they told you to do? Or did you hear little voices that said you don't have time or I'll get to it later? I know that all of you did do it. I know that because I have complete faith in all of you. And if some of you didn't keep doing it or fell off, just love yourselves and just get back on and do it again. It works. It's magic. And you're going to start noticing more and more new things come into your life. I promise you. So with video number 3, I know I filled you guys up with a lot of information in video 2. I actually loved it so much. I trained myself. I went back and watched it myself a couple times and, just started doing things that I might not have been doing recently because sometimes, I fall off too. So I loved it. I hope you loved it. Now I have number 3. This one, I promise you, will not be as long. I just really want to dive into a couple things that I know you're going to come up against when you start transforming and transitioning your life and creating this new, whatever it is you want in your life, really revving up your manifesting powers and changing your reality. It's interesting because a lot of us want our reality to change, but can you believe that we're actually afraid of that change, even though it's going to bring us something amazing? It makes no sense, does it? But we are thinking this way. I'm not going to go into too much detail right now, but I have something brewing for you guys in the next couple of weeks that will definitely give you more deep information and root-related issues of how all this really works. But today, I just wanted to go over one more. I said to you in my last video, I'm going to go over another example to give you proof of you manifesting and how powerfully it works now. And then I'm going to go over a couple little things that happen to us when we decide to take that leap, to go out and change our lives, make some different change. It can be small, but things start to go on in our brain and our body. Certain chemicals start to change and shift, and it causes us to stay stuck, okay? And I don't want you guys to stay stuck. Every one of you are here for a reason. And right now, at this point in your life, you're ready. You're ready to start on the next step in your journey. There's something going on, but you wouldn't be here if you weren't. So I don't want us to stay stuck because then we don't feel good there. And you deserve better. And you know what? I can't remember right now the name of the poet or the author, but this is a saying he said. He said, the cave we fear to enter holds the treasure we seek. Now I'm paraphrasing there, but what it really means is this. We fear to step into what we want to change about ourselves. And yet on the other side of that, when we do it, is our treasure, is our freedom. It's what we're wanting to manifest. And yet we're so scared we don't enter. I want you to enter. I know it can be scary. I know it can be very, your body starts to really do weird things like sweat and tell you all these things. You can't do this. You're not good enough. No one's going to care. I want to support you and help you move past that. That's why I believe I'm here, because you can. So the first example, or my last example of just proof that we are master manifestors, that we are doing it every day. This is one that is huge. Even though I don't like to talk about it that much because it's usually it's about what we don't want, it's a powerful thing because it's very emotionally packed. Now, think about this, for example. Why do we have more of what we don't want in our life than what we do want? Okay? Now, because we're bringing that in. We're fearing it. We really don't want any more of it. And guess what? Look at where our attention is. Remember when I said about, Reverend Michael Beckworth, he said, energy flows where attention goes. Energy flows where attention goes. Remember with those manifesting tools I shared with you, number 2, it was about feeling what it feels like from you out, not observing from you in. Remember I gave you that example? What it feels like now to have that. That's exactly what we all do with what we don't want and what we fear. And that's why it manifests so fast, so quickly, and always on time. Always, always, always. Why do we have more of what we don't want? Because we fear what we don't want. We don't like it that much. It just bothers us, or it makes us so unhappy. Where is our attention? It's on that. It's so simple. It's a small little exercise, but it brings your awareness to prove again, it's working constantly. It doesn't stop. What we focus on must grow and expand. It absolutely has to. And when I say grow and expand, an example would be whatever we're focusing on, whether it's what we want or what we don't want. Circumstances, evidence, things will start to come into our life to prove that this is true. Okay? So this is what I mean by when we focus on something, something grows and expands. Grows and expands as more evidence comes to us. It's here. You got it. Okay? So I know I'm just going to share one example of this, and then I'm sure it's easy for all of you to think, what do I not want? That's what I keep getting. This is what really drove home for me when I was thinking about and learning about manifesting over these years. When I was about 16, I had my mother's fancy car. You're 16, you want to drive, a car. And in Canada, where I'm from, we were able to drive and have a license at 16. So she had a very powerful 8-cylinder sports car. So at 16, I'm confident. I want to drive this fancy car. Long story short, when I, drove in my in-car lessons, I never drove in rain. So in the summertime, when I got my license, I always drove on dry pavement, very confident. So I drove her car the first time in the rain. I was driving my brother to work. And what happened was this. Because it was a standard and it was very powerful engine and all the rain on the road, I never drove in the rain. So I crashed her car. Long story short, I crashed her car into a pole. Luckily, all of us were okay. We had our seatbelts on. However, the car was pretty smashed up. Now they saved the car, they did a whole new front on it, but I was terrified of ever getting in her car again. Probably because I got in so much trouble. So there's the fear. But also, I guess I just didn't want to drive her precious car that was hers and have something go wrong with it, or someone hit me or me crash again because it's her car. If it was my car, the fear's not there. So get this. I'm going to say 2 years later, she decides to sell the car. And she made me get in the car over those 2 years because I wouldn't. I did not want to get in and drive that car again because I didn't want to have anything go wrong with the car. It was a fear. Now this is what I fear. I'm very emotionally charged with it. Okay, so just pay attention to those two things. Now, she sells her car. She sells her car. It's a Wednesday night. They're coming to pick up her car Thursday morning. And I say to my mom on Wednesday night, can I please drive your car tonight? I'm going to go out with my girlfriends. It's a school night, but I'm going to go out with my girlfriends just because tomorrow it's going and I love the car. I just want to drive it one more time. Of course, she said no problem. It was raining that night. I go out with my girlfriends. Now, I don't remember if I was consciously in that fear state of thinking, please don't let anything happen to this car. But on an unconscious level where all our beliefs are, that signal went out to the universe. And it was so charged that, let me tell you what happened. I literally was out maybe 20 minutes. I picked up my girlfriends. I was in a survey, which is just like, just like where all the houses are. And I'm going in a loop. And I see a car coming at me in the rain. And I can't get around anywhere because this loop goes here. I can't move because I would go on a sidewalk or on into cement. So I see this car coming at me and I'm like, they're not slowing down. Guess what happened? This car slammed into my mom's car while I was going around this bend and took out the whole side of her car. Everybody was okay again. But guess what? I had to call her and tell her that her whole side of her car was smashed in and that these people coming tomorrow to buy it need to know about it. And I remember at that age, I wasn't sure about manifesting. I didn't understand the law of attraction. I didn't understand all these things. And I said, what is the chances that I took her car out on the last night before she sold it, and I attracted this to come into my life that fast, 20 minutes after getting in that car, and her whole left side of the car was smashed. Now I forward to what I know now, and I understand it. It's actually quite powerful because I was feeling that fear. There's that feeling I told you in step 2 of the tools. I literally felt it. And I've been in a car accident already. I knew what it felt like to be hit. I must have had all that going on. And guess what happened? It manifested, and it manifested fast 20 minutes later. So this is just more proof that it's very powerful what we don't want. Why? Because we don't want it. We're emotionally charged. We fear it. We don't like it. So guess what? We're focused on it. We're growing that baby huge. We're adding water and it's growing. So when you say, well, how come when I want something, it doesn't come as fast? Well, why is this? Because a lot of the things that we really want, we aren't emotionally charged yet about it. We don't have that charge. And we have doubts. These are where the limiting beliefs come in. We may not believe we deserve it. We may not believe we're going to get it. So it's not the same energy that's going out. Okay? But it's just proof. We can have what we want. We just have to emotionally charge it. And that's where those tools in manifesting came into place. So there's got to be a time, I'm sure all of you can feel and think about in your lifetime, where something that you have feared, something you don't want to happen, something that scares you or you're insecure about. And guess what? It showed up. It showed up, or maybe multiple times. This is why. You're causing it. I caused it. But I want to turn it around for all of you to understand. That's how powerful you are. And guess what? Now, when you redirect that power to what you want and you remove those blocks and you use those tools, I told you, it's like manifesting on steroids. You're going to have what you want. And the more faith and the more charged it is, the quicker it's coming. I promise you this. It's just laws and they're working. So there is the last example of proof that that's how we're manifesting. You're doing it. You're powerful. Now, before I let you go on this video, because I know you have things to do, and I took a lot of your time on the second one, and I don't want to do that again. I want to share a couple things with you to support you when you start to step out and make some changes. Now, I know with conviction that each and every one of you that are watching these videos are starting to make changes. You may have already started before the videos, and maybe these are just inspiring you and empowering you to do more, and that's awesome. However, what happens when we go to step outside our comfort zone is we trigger certain chemicals that go off in our brain, go through our body, and they keep us stuck. These come in different forms. A lot of it, if you want to go physical, you might get like, your stomach gets upset, or you might start to sweat or get a headache or just, very nervous. Those are your physical symptoms, just a couple. What happens with your mental is this. Don't do this. You don't know what's going to happen. Will you be safe? Will I actually start that business? Will I make that money? No, I probably can't. Other people can, but I've tried this before and it won't work. So just don't do it. Don't waste your money because it ain't going to work. Okay. You don't even have the money. So how are you going to do this? Okay. There's all these voices and excuses. Now, remember back in the second video, I know I said a lot, but I said to you this, and my mentor asked me this question. Whenever I decide to make a decision to do something I've never done before, this will be triggered. It's called the terror barrier. I have to want something so badly, like we went over in the beginning. Remember I said, you got to want it and you got to know why you want it. That when this takes place in your body, that why is going to push you through those doubts, your fears, and your worries. Because remember that quote I said to you that I paraphrased? The cave that you fear to enter owns the treasure that you seek. It's not that hard. Think about things that you've done before in your life, really successful things that in the beginning you thought were hard, but when you did it, you look back and went, that was it? This is just another one. Now your brain wants to keep you safe. That's why people say, stay comfortable, stay safe. But you're not living. You're not living when you're staying safe and comfortable. You're no longer growing. And they say if we're not growing, we're dying. We're nature. We got to grow or we're going to die. Nature will get rid of things that aren't purposeful or not productive in life. That's how the cycle works. So when you decide whatever it is, from this moment forward to change your reality, to really use that power you got with your manifesting and the tools that I gave you and create a different reality for you, you need to step into that greatness knowing it's coming. And when you hear those doubts and those excuses, because that's what they are, they're just there to hold you back from change. Just say, thank you, but do it anyways. If whatever it is that is offered to you, whether it's you getting a coach helping you, or you getting a job that's better than the one you're at, or you creating a business, if whatever it is that you want to do to change your reality, and you ask the question, will this bring me closer to my goal, to my dream? And the answer is yes, you must take it. You must take it. Because if the answer is no, you don't. But if the answer is yes, if you really want to change your life, you need to change. Okay? You can't create a new reality and have whatever it is that you desire if you don't change how you think. Your vibration is an emanation, it's an eminence that comes from you, a language to the universe. The vibration that you are speaking to the universe with is caused by your subconscious beliefs and thoughts. So you need to bring those and get them clear, so the language you send out is what you get back. And if it's not what you're getting back, we're going to course correct. Okay? So moving forward, anything that you decide to do moving forward from right now in your life, and it scares you, I hope it does. Because the scariness is the fun part. Being mundane and doing the routine thing every time, expecting the same result, knowing what you're going to get. How boring is that? You guys all have amazing gifts. You need to get those out in the world. You all deserve abundance and prosperity and health, and everything that you are desiring right now is desiring you. You can't possibly desire or want something without it already being manifested in the spiritual world. That's been proven. So just know that with confidence. If you feel that you want something and you desire it with your heart, it's already here. Now you need to bring it into the physical world through action. We can't receive our manifesting without action. That's what physical world does. Spiritual world, you get it automatically. But in the physical world, we need to move. We need to take some kind of action for it to manifest. And that action can come in forms of taking that course, of going and being coached by a mentor so they can show you something, or starting that business. Or, if you want to lose weight, go to the gym, get that membership. Or if you want to learn how to create and attract your soulmate, maybe you need to get a life coach or a love coach. There's an action that we must take. Okay. And there's a law of cause and effect. Every action has to have a reaction. So if you take action towards your goal, you're going to get an action or a reaction back. That's what's so amazing. So that's what I've got for you guys today. And I hope that you revisit this video again, and all of the videos for that matter, and let them sink into your subconscious and get ready for the ride of your life. Now, once again, I have something going on that I'm putting together for you guys in a couple weeks, even more powerful than this. And I can't wait to share that with you. I just want to keep giving you and supporting you on your journey. And I know that I have a lot to give to you because I got taught by such great people in this world. It works for me. I'm creating and manifesting what I want every day. So if I can do it, you can do it. And if I have something like this to share, I'm going to share it. And it's up to you to do what you want with it. Okay, so again, I look forward to speaking with you soon. I want you to keep your eye on the inbox because I'm going to be sending you something really soon, and I promise you're going to love it. So until then, happy manifesting, and we'll talk soon. Bye.